What is up, YouTube? And today we have another potential leak for a future Moonlight 5-star unit. Now I say potential because there is some controversy and some people that think this is fake, which I'll talk about just after talking about this unit very quickly. But this is what someone posted on the Epic 7 subreddit, although a lot of people kind of doubt that it's true, but it's actually very interesting. Let's actually look at the skills really quickly, just to see if this actually is a real unit coming in the future, how strong it could actually be. So her base stats, she's a super tanky knight that is very slow, pretty obvious. And she just looks like she's going to be very, very tanky and very bulky, probably a huge damage mitigating knight, if that were the case. Of the light element, of course, because she's a Moonlight 5-star, and yes, she is a knight. And this is her first skill. It's a single target attack, it looks like. When she attacks, she'll also absorb some damage dealt as health, and it will also inflict injuries. And you'll see that the damage dealt will increase proportional to the caster's max health, and also the injuries will increase with the damage. So basically, just looks like you're going to be stacking a lot of health on her if this is a real S1, and it makes sense because it looks like she has really high base health, so health will give her a lot of benefit here. And you can soul burn this for only 10 souls, do more damage, and also do a detonation effect basically with the injuries, according to the injuries that are on the unit. So kind of like Death Dealer Raise S1, which we all know is very, very powerful. Next we have the S2 passive. It is going to be a penetration increase for all allies, going up to 30%, which is pretty insane. And honestly, this is kind of a passive that is most likely going to come to the game at some point, just because of the fact that penetration is so prevalent everywhere. And this passive looks super ridiculous, right? You're gonna do a ton against units such as Laya, which is very, very strong right now, also such as Blood Moon Haste, also such as like Glass Rider Crow if you're fighting him, and even anything on penetration set will get affected by this passive. And it just looks like one of the best damage mitigating passives in the game for the current metagame and the current state of the game. Also, you'll see after every ally is suffered by an ally, or after every attack suffered by an ally, you'll get CR pushed by 10%. I do believe that this means for AoE attacks, you get pushed up by 40%, which seems pretty crazy. You'll just be putting down injuries like constantly with your S1 if you're getting pushed up super frequently. So very broken skill 2 right off the bat. And then we have her S3, so it's a single target attack. Also does injuries, but also will cleanse your ally from 2 debuffs, which is insane. And also grant Indomitable for 2 turns. I'm not sure if this Indomitable will go for your entire team or yourself. I'm pretty sure it'll go to your entire team, it looks like. And it will be a defense and effect resist buff, which is pretty good. Not as good as Vigor, honestly, because effect resist honestly isn't that great as attack. Mostly because if this Indomitable effect goes on a damage dealer, they'll be at 30% effect resist, which isn't that different from 0, to be honest. And you'll just rather have attack percent at that point. So because of that, I don't think this is as strong as it seems, but still a pretty powerful buff for bruisers, I guess. And if you build a team around her, you can, I guess, build damage dealers at like 70% effect resist and kind of utilize this S3, so it'll push you at 100%. So yeah, very cool way to build around her. Also, if you like to use Maid Chloe, you can pair her with Maid Chloe and then like 2 damage dealers, and it just seems like they'll be unstoppable together. So yeah, very strong S3 looks like. This will also do injuries, and you'll also see that this will have a 4-turn cooldown. So yeah, overall, I think this unit, if it comes out, will be very strong. Like I mentioned, if you use her with like Maid Chloe, she'll be very good, just because Maid Chloe's fights go very long, and you'll basically just have like ML Ilynav with Maid Chloe with this effect resist buff for your team. You can bring like DDR Death Dealer Ray with them, and then just apply more injuries and detonate them everywhere, and then even like maybe Urban Shadow Shoe. Yeah, it just seems like very annoying unit to deal with. I think she's going to be very good in like very bulky team comps that want to abuse injuries and I guess like effect resist. But yeah, pretty strong unit looks like. I don't know if she'll be as strong as like ML Senior or Blood Moon Haste, but honestly probably will, just because of her broken passive if it comes out like this. But the thing is, this unit, not too sure if it's actually going to come out, just because people on Reddit were doubting the poster because it was a very new account. And on the Epic 7 subreddit, there are some like I wouldn't say certified, but trusted data miners that always, release data mined stuff, and it's very accurate most of the time. So because of that, they're kind of skeptical because it's a new account, and also to the comments kind of like questioning the guy, he's not responding. Also, you'll notice that the resolution on these pictures are very low. Usually data mine pictures, the resolution is a little bit higher. And you're also going to see that when you're actually screenshotting the data mine, I guess, or like I guess the skills, usually you'll notice if you go to the journal that the characters are always moving, right? The characters and sprite are moving. So it's pretty hard to actually time your screenshot like this to actually have the unit be in the same exact pose every single time. So people are saying that it's like Photoshop because of that reason. And also, you're going to notice that the skills here are missing the outline. They're usually, the skills have like a border around them in the journal. If you check it, it'll be true. I'll actually show you guys in a second. So they're kind of saying that this is fake. Not really too sure, you know, what to think about it, but if we actually look at the journal here, you'll also see that, like, yeah, it's kind of true. It's really hard to actually screenshot. Actually, it's literally impossible to get a screenshot with a unit in the same exact pose 4 times in a row. And also, you can see like the what's it called? These skills will have a little bit of a border. And if we look right now, I'm gonna switch over to Epic 7 here. You'll see that yes, the sprites are moving, so it's really hard. And the skills have somewhat of a border if you look very closely on your screen here. So kind of small things, but people were kind of doubting the, I wouldn't say the trustworthiness, but if this is actually real or not. So because of that, you know, I would say take this with a grain of salt. But honestly, I could see a kit like this coming to Epic 7. I think this is a very good bait, I'd say, just because the kit is very good, especially this passive in her S2. Like, I could see this being such a thing because everything penetrates defense now, right? I even forgot to mention like Janua, right? So pretty much like hard counter Janua. Janua will definitely not be as good anymore because, yeah, this like 30% penetration resistance reduces damage by a lot, like pretty much almost by half, because yeah, it's just super powerful. So yeah, very excited for this change. Even like Remnant Violet, who just got buffed, will get screwed over super hard. So the more I think about this unit will be so strong. So I'm not too sure if this is actually even real because, yeah, but I could see Smile get releasing a unit like this, right? Currently, in the state of the game, you know, the newest ML 5 stars all end up being super powerful. So yeah, maybe we're all wrong. Maybe, I guess not all, but maybe the people on Reddit are wrong and this is actually a real thing. But who knows? You know, I think if this came out, it'd be very powerful. Just looks like a very annoying unit with injuries that can detonate them. You know, like I mentioned, Dominable will be very good in like Bruiser team comps. And this penetration resistance skill 2 just looks pretty crazy. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below what you guys actually think. You know, is this real? Is it fake? Do you guys think this is actually coming? If it does, comes Epic 7 will be very powerful. I'll also give you the link to the Reddit thread in the description box, just because you know, maybe some of you guys want to take a peek for yourselves. So thanks for watching, guys, and as always, have a great week, and I'll see you guys next video.